So, welcome to New Year's Eve 2019 and the beginning of soon to be 2020, the Roaring 20s. Soon to be 2020, and okay, this is supposed to be live, but it's not. We don't need to hear these singers. It is you don't know who they are, don't care. You're watching New Year's Eve. It's Kal Kat, the Kal Katster. I don't have any special guests. They're all out on assignment. I did see Knives Out. It was good. I'm not saying it's Oscar worthy, but it was good. But Daniel Craig's accent was really weird. This isn't really a review because it's not added to the Claire Awards. There's nothing new. This is the bottom of the wire. It's the last day, and then it's nothing new. So, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, let's turn back to the thing. Randomly shooting whatever the heck this guy is. He's saluting to the Führer. Yeah, I don't know what this is. But all I was trying to do was find pirating it or anything. This is a New Year's thing that was on. I muted the sound. It should be fine. So what's the name of this group? I guess there's a guy going real crazy. It looks kind of like Silly Kelly a little bit. This toothy looking guy. Okay, now should be getting to the ball drop shortly. So yeah, here are the New Year's revelers. You might catch a glimpse of some of the cast that went to that. But yeah, so awesome. I had to kill the sound. Don't want to record the music. 2020 should already be 2020. So what happened? Did they not drop a ball this year? They dropped the ball. They didn't drop the ball. Here goes, I think. Yep, here goes. There's the mayor, de Blasio, I guess. Yeah, he's got to drop the ball. Anytime now. Yep. Well. Silly Kelly, Cowpoke, Roadkill, Marks cards, everyone. And here we are, 43, 42, 41. There's the big glowy ball. The miniature geodesic ball, Epcot looking thing. 32, 31, 30. 29, 28, 27. It is going to be 2020. The ball is glowy. It looks like a Dyson sphere. Here we are. 3 minutes. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Looks like the store is second face. It is 2020. Holy shit. It's perfect vision. 2020. Perfect hindsight. There it is. 2020, everybody. 2020 in New York. That means it's 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. 2020 in New York. Yay. And yeah. Because we were too cheap to actually go to New York and film there during a New Year's thing. But yeah, there it is, 2020. The Roaring 20s are back. Yeah, they're a flapper. Okay. That was yeah. Similar shots. Of course, the president will then claim that parade was for him. So it's just yeah. Okay, I think that's it with the revelers. Gets another shot of the revelers, and then cut back to just to Kal Kat. Oh, here we. New York City. New York. Happy New Year, Volkswagen. So that was a New Year's thing. Yeah, so this is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and you are watching my annual New Year's Eve festivities. It's a rip-off Saturday Night Live. But this year I don't have any sketches, so it's sort of like Eddie Murphy showed up on. So it's like those weird Kevin Smith blogs where it's just him talking about a movie, shooting the shit. It's kind of like that. Okay. Well, some of the earlier stuff here. And housekeeping things that we left some threads open all season. Basically from episode, we covered the review show, we covered the on the Kal Kat show, season 11. We did actually have some footage of the SAP 1 people having a reunion to go launch rockets on Christmas Day. So we do have that footage. We're allowed to put that up, so it's up. So yeah, that one we're allowed to have. We weren't allowed to have the wedding footage, Martha's wedding footage. We weren't allowed to have any footage of Yvonne for some reason, other than certain people, the ex-husbands of Yvonne might find it, even though how would they know me? How would he know where to look? Anyway, so, but here we are in the studio, and so I went to Comic-Con and Fanime over the summer. At Comic-Con San Jose, I encountered a guy claiming that he was the new Creature Feature guy. He'd taken the copyright from the Creature Feature guy. I have an update on that. I have connections for the to the Creature Feature actual people. I have a connection, and I also have some other connections, former Fox people, and I told them. Yes, and the Creature Feature people and the former Fox people, they got together. And the Creature Feature people informed my contact that they've dealt with this guy. And that they've, well, that sounds ominous, but no, they told him to cease and desist. They basically said, yeah, no, you don't own the copyright just because you tried to steal it from them. You don't own John Stanley's copyright at all. John Stanley does. Yeah, you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Also, some of my idea was kind of right, but not altogether. It isn't that Fox News, Fox the station, KTVU and Fox. It isn't that they're owned now by Disney and Disney would care either way about the copyright. It's that the station still exists and the station still owns the copyright and the archive. So, yeah, KTVU, the Fox affiliate, has contacted idiot guy from the convention and told him to cease and desist. So if he shows up at the next one, he can get kicked out. Thank me later. Yeah. So the Creature Features guys who appear on, I think it's 26, they can still have their show. Because theirs is Creatures Features. And they're not in trouble. So yeah, I hear rumor that there's another Milpitas Monsters special thing coming soon, and also that the Kevin Smith Roadshow is coming to Oakland this month in January, and at the old Fox Theater, which is connected to KTVU. So that's really cool. Hopefully we will send somebody there. I don't think I'll be going unless they invite me. There aren't very many seats, and they're probably already sold out. But if K.O. Dan got tickets, he can go see Kevin Smith. Eventually, I will go to the Scum and Villainy Cantina with Mark's Cards, and we will see them at the Cantina. Very cool. But not yet. Next year we'll do Well, this year, 2020, we're going to do Disneyland. Probably in May, in lieu of Fanime. So we will see if it's in May. Either that or it'll be in August in lieu of the other. Kal Kat. Look for more Comic-Con stuff. Werewolf Fuzzy Face did a re-rendition of the Halloween special. The Mousetrap Project Excursion. That was the Excursion one. And he redid it so that it made a little more sense linearly. The dirty joke with the five guys is still at the end, but it was re-edited in such a way to make it make sense. And we had to remove the house from Chappelle because that isn't our house. We're not supposed to just film random house. The recent video we do pass by it. The studio. The Starship Chimera was completed this year in September. Late August. It started in July and then August. We were moving the studio around. And Mark's Cards hunkered down and said, okay, I'm going to do my lines. I'm actually going to do my lines and put them in the movie. Because the set's right here all over the place. It's all over the house. So let's just film it and finish it. We completed the movie and uploaded the 50-some minute episodes, or 3 of them. Yes. And put them up on YouTube for free. Starship Chimera is a Star Trek parody. It still uses the names. Yes, we have permission to do that. We also have permission to do Cillian Space because we've changed the names there, ships. And make a profit on Cillian Space, but because it's so drastically different from Star Trek. It's a Star Trek spoof kind of thing, but it's different enough. Chimera will not make a profit. And last Christmas season, Brian Story was on the set and during the Christmas episode, and also as a consultant on the Chimera. Consultant on the new Chimera stuff, but not so much the Space Vanguards ones or the next Kadiri one. Sorry. Not so much on those. That's more Mark's Cards. But yeah, and I know we were talking about that Starship Locations game for like forever. But it looks like after this latest Star Wars movie brought some of them back, that we don't have a game yet. We're still working on these other stories. We'd like to, but we don't have anything yet. You gotta have well, it wouldn't be venture capital in this case because it would be a free game, so it didn't have capital. We don't make any money on it. But it has to be in a certain way that it doesn't go against that. Yeah. All Transformers Mush was a story series. I know this was already a broadcast, but a story series from the 90s on a blog. The Transformers Bulletin Board Service's early internet. And juxtaposition. Long story short, during the DVD run of Trans Tech, the rewrite of Trans, the full rewrite of Trans, it was a 4-hour movie miniseries. Mark's Cards and I made. And it was the first Trans Tech. We were doing 2 more back to back. It's going to be out in. They're going to start production in 2003, and we did. 2005, 2006 for 2, and then part 3. So they're 3 miniseries. They were all stuck together into roughly 24 episodes. Or 3 movies, basically. It also had Doomsday, Dark Metal Aftermath, and Dark Catharsis. And those aired as Trans Tech eventually on YouTube by 2012. And those are on the Weird Kitty 07 website. And we've done sequels. We've done, the Space Bridge saga, starting with The Endless Circle and Space Bridge, The Bioship Mystery, all in 2015, 2016. And then in 2018, we did Return of the Circle and Return of the Shadows and The Shadow Children. The Shadow Children Return. So we did that. We've completed the story arc that encompassed much of the leftover stuff that we didn't end up doing in that other series from the 2012, so we did it in 2015, 13. The official series DVD releases were finished in 2010, so when they were in YouTube in 2012. But these other ones were never released on DVD. They went direct to online. And they're the new Trans Tech, 2015 to 2018. And now there's another series. The Alt Mush Transformers are actually older, another series. Because Alt Transformers Mush was this bulletin board service, and we had made a magazine, an in-house magazine, and posted it back in the early days. And said, okay, we have some of these stories, these fan stories, like Corrosion War Without End, for instance, and Transitions. And we said, all these stories are really great, and we like these ones. So we were putting them in our magazine, and we give you credits. You're not going to get paid, you're just going to get a byline. Nobody can get paid, because we get in trouble. It's a fanfic. It's fanfic. A fanfic website. Fanfic ring, basically. And I said that someday, those people that were in it, someday your stories will be produced as a trans thing. Because we figured, there'd be this massive influx of stuff. In 2002, Transformers was not back yet. Shortly after production wrapped on Transformers 1, Transformers came back like gangbusters. We had Robots in Disguise, Car Robot in 2001. 2002, we had Armada and the Unicron trilogy, which lasted to 2005, all the way through production on Trains 2. So Transformers came back in a big way. Michael Bay started to make his movies, so they were out by 2007. So by the time they made billions. So by the time Trans Tech came out, Transformers was not just this little 80s phenomenon with nerds and dorks and basement-dwelling guys or attic-dwelling guys or whatever. It was everybody. Everybody was watching Transformers, knew what it was. It was iconic by 2007. It was absolutely iconic. There was no stopping it. It was a phenomenon like G.I. Joe was trying to be. It was a phenomenon like Star Wars, like Star Trek. And there's no stopping it. It's still around. So there's no stopping it. Doing these fan film things then became very niche. It wasn't niche anymore. It was very mainstream. But these old stories that we had lost track of for years, sorting through my old video disc collection, VCD collection, and storybook collection, and found the original Trans Tech magazine disc, which on it was the whole thing, and all of the original masters, all these stories, there were 100 of them. Many of them crappy, many of them really bad, 60 or so of which were salvageable, 25 of which were really good. Basically said, all right, Mark's cards, guess what I found? We're gonna do something with these, and just to be crazy about it, we're all okay. The best one is the longest one, Corrosion of War Without End, Rob Powers' story. We'd like to do that one as the pilot. We liked it. So we've done Space Bridge. We did the Endless Circle. We brought their characters through the Bioship mystery, and we brought Hunter home and did a bunch of new adventures and brought him into other universes and met the Shadow Children. Came back home in 2018. Space Bridge Wars happened. We even threw in references in Return of the Shadow Children to the All Transformers Mesh, as it was loosely based on another story by David something. Don't quote me on that. David Johnson? Something like that. Anyway, that was very loosely based on that. And Night Racer, the Raksha Night Racers in it. But it's a Bumblebee. I know it's not the right one. It's a Bumblebee. It's a black Bumblebee with a robot. This one, it is the correct one. In this one, it's the G1, like sort of a Transformers Prime looking one. It's actually the last toy show we went to. We got the toys we needed to do this. It's actually another Bumblebee. It's a stealth Bumblebee that was blue, that was called Hotshot in this version, and he's there. And we have Punch and Counter Punch, and the heater's good. Okay, and there's a bunch of other Transformers. You don't need to know who they all are. It's not really important who they all are. No, but we use them, and we have. Yeah, we got this Punch and Counter Punch or double spy Transformers. It's an Autobot who becomes a Decepticon to be a spy, back and forth. Well, in this case, we're using Armada Hotshot from Cybertron, I believe. There were two versions of him. One that happens to be blue-gray as well, and red. Using sort of him duality kind of thing, which Car Robot started with its version of Hotshot. So they just continued Hotshot, Sure Shot thing. He's a robot. Anyway, so it's all that makes sense. There's Blitzwing is one of the Blitzwings, a combiner Blitzwing is Air Flight, and Alcom is in it, and Werewolf Fuzzy Face's character is in it, but not as Hadon, as Wingspan, who's the character, which is interesting. Yeah. So of course, Windblade is in it. But as someone else, she's gonna be somebody else. Yeah. So, yeah, because it wouldn't be this version of Windblade. It wouldn't be the City Speaker from the later IDW books. It would be the one. It would be the earlier one before Victorion and all that. Yes, we know about the IDW stuff, and we know the controversy, at least a little bit of the controversy concerning the IDW one going off on a tangent, making Megatron an Autobot or something, and Starscream a good guy. It's like, that's weird. But as the old much says in our version, the universe is fractured, and there's like, I think I've got some of what that text crawl was. Let's see if I can find it. Where's the text crawl? Corrosion bumper. So I had read this before, and then I had a special guest read it. So it's going to be for the advertisement for the thing. Okay. But I'm not going to read it in that voice necessarily. And it's not going to sound like it because my voice doesn't sound like it. Oh, that's right. Corrosion bumper. It is the year 2020. The Space Bridge Wars have fractured the Transformers meets Robotech universe, leading to a treacherous new timeline. Where the line between good and evil, Autobot and Decepticon, is decimated. Enter the Alt-Transformers Mush, a faction of wrecker Cybertronians sent out to scout the galaxy looking for renegades. They have chosen a new name, the Carda, and their companions, the Maxis, as they vie for control of the cosmos. Somewhere in the distance of space is a nearby, forgotten, shining planet, one which calls to them Cybertron. So no matter which side wins, everyone would suffer the corrosion of war without end. It's a little bumper thing. Yeah, so, yeah, something like that. So, yeah, I don't know if Powers is going to like it or not. I think he probably will, just because it's true to the story. He gets credit. His name's on it. It's Rob Powers. Grossman without it. He gets credit. So it's not like that guy that was stealing creature features. It's like, no, we acknowledge this guy is. Absolutely, that this guy is. You know who this was. And Adama Khan will be producing, directing it. Yeah. And it'll be a 7-part miniseries on Transtech in 2020. Another Transformers. And it's sort of a spin-off of Space Bridge. Very much like the Final Adventures of Trans. Very much like Trans 2. The G2 continuity hinted at in there. Combiner Wars elements that were already there before the ADW comics. This is in the 90s. This thing was the 90s to 2002, roughly 2003. So it's before those. It's like Generation 2, basically, which is in Dark Horse and some of those. So yeah, it's like the UK comics, really, if anything. There were some Beast Wars ones. There were about 40 of those. There were quite a few Beast Wars ones. We couldn't use those because Beast Wars ended after they wrote all their fanfics. So that took them to Beast Machines. And it kind of makes them impossible. Maybe there's a few elements of some of those that we really, really like them. I might include some of them. There was even, oddly enough, a Lord of the Flies meets Transformers one. That's just weird. But that also wasn't bad. But I don't know how we're gonna film like Minicon kid bots trapped on an island. How do we film that? I don't know. That's just hard to film that and make that make sense. It already doesn't. So maybe not that one, but Corrosion of War, or they're Renegades records, basically from the UK comic. Sure. So Night Racer is again blue and gold. So yes, the fans go, okay, that's okay. You did it right this time. She's gonna be blue and gold again. So, blue and gold trip. And she's sort of a Decepticon. Well, she's a female Decepticon. Be woke. Okay, so yeah, this is not going to be as long as a New Year's special as last time. I'm not going to go on for another hour just doing random shit. I don't see any point. The point in politics. I know Mark Skartz really hates the current administration and all that, Trump stuff. Yeah, he's annoying. Trump is annoying, but and his sycophants. But it's like, yeah, I haven't really been into the politics. Mostly been trolling the Change the Channel and Channel Awesome people. It's funny when they change the channel people who want the Channel Awesome people to stop and apologize for stuff they weren't involved with, because they're not going to get that. And no, it's not hurting them really subscription wise over at Channel Awesome. They go to conventions and they don't seem to be having a problem. I've very vaguely problem. Yeah, some of the Xers seem to, I already talked about on Talking Pointless. Some of the Xers apparently are a little crazy, a little imbalanced, and some of them, one of them called in a SWAT thing on Brett Jones from the other thing to complain, I guess. Well, that's illegal to call in a fake arrest thing. But then apparently Brad Jones thought that his ex did it and complained to her about it. And no, she didn't. No, she wouldn't have done that. It was one of her sycophants. We don't know who it was. She's not responsible for her sycophants. So that was the thing on Talking Pointless. That's all. I don't know who that was. I don't know any of these people. I met Doug Walker in 2017. The convention. So did a lot of people. Some of his sycophants were there. Could have been one of them. But yeah, and they moved around too. And also, two of the adamant Change the Channel people appeared in their Christmas specials. There are two of them in a special on it and Super Justice League. And so they're not that mad at Channel Awesome anymore. The 2 or 3 people that started the whole thing. So, well, you got rid of Michaud, so we're going to come back and be on the show again. Because they're okay with it. So it's just 1 or 2 of them that are left over that have branched off, and they're like, and they're still pissed. And then it's the other ones that wanted to continue to be pissed, even though they basically made amends. They basically said, all right, for these 2 or 3 people, yeah, we fucked up. All right. Not we, they did. And we need to, yeah, we're going to be cool with that. So in the end, yeah, I didn't know these people at all. I'm one of those people that didn't know anybody over there. Now, some of them were trolling. Despite the appearance of some of my commentary being on cinematic venom, and yeah, he was one of the sycophants. That was the Change the Channel sycophant. Not related to Change the Channel at all. He was just trolling them. He removed the footage and then said, "Oh, it was the music. There was music on it. It was copyrighted." No, it wasn't music that was copyrighted on it. You weren't supposed to put footage on there without people's permission, buddy. Just all you had to do was get permission. I would have been okay with it. She didn't. Just out of context. Yes. There's this bloke in California that totally likes Doug Walker and all those guys and kissing his feet and stuff. I was like, no, I've never kissed his feet. Nope. I've never kissed any part of him, really. But yes, it had nothing to do with that. Yeah. So, trolling the trolls in the drama, said Fuzzy Face. For more details on that, you can watch the Talking Pointless on that. Now this guy's mad that their channel changed the channel people made up with them, with the other ones. So they're like, no, I have to keep changing the channel going so I can get ratings on my channel. It's like, dude, really? If they're not into it anymore, neither are you. Just stop. Just stop. I'm not going to use footage from your video, so yeah, so there. I wasn't involved in the Michael Shot thing. Mark's Cards did say, though, he said if they were doing that on the set of Too Boldly Flea, he wasn't there either, but if they were, and all the stuff that was in that report, he read the dissertation. They probably should lose subscribers for that and make an apology for that. Despite all the other issues they had at the same time, there was a family member that died over there at Channel Awesome. There was a family member, a mother, I think, other one, and this year, Brad Jones's cat, Chloe, the co-star of the Lloyd the Cat show, Detective Cat show, she died. The cat, yes. I'm not giggling at that. I'm giggling at the fact that it's a cat detective. That sucks as your cat died. That's fucked up. But people were making fun of that, which is messed up. And that's all Brad Jones's wife Laura was on about in that one video. On about people making fun about that. Yeah, it wasn't about the fake law thing. Anyways, it had nothing to do with me, so I'm going to go on to the next thing. Let's see, Fanime, yeah, year in view. Not a lot of good movies this year, not really. Yeah, if you've seen the Claire Awards thing, you see that most of them straight up fantasy adventure movies, a lot of ties. Captain Marvel and Avengers, Endgame, the Joker movie, which is more like horror, stuff like that. The good movies. Joker movie is kind of hard to watch, though. It is really a crossover between Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. And also we were talking about earlier about like how the original Kings of Comedy did not include any of the original Kings of Comedy in it. But was Spike Lee, in fact, being ironic? And he wasn't imitating the other King of Comedy from earlier, Scorsese's version. He was doing his own with these King of Comedy nightclub thing. They're different kings. But Bernie Mac and D.R. Hughley and those guys weren't kings of comedy then and aren't now. So D.R. Hughley's dead. I think Hughley might be alive, but Bernie Mac's definitely gone. He died. But it's like the point of it was that the original kings of comedy, if you're going to call it that, include. It was back in 2000, and he was still around. Include Rudy Ray Moore in it. Include Richard Pryor, who was still around. Include Eddie Murphy in there. The original kings of comedy. Those guys, not these new dudes. Come on now. Anyway. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't need to ramble on too much more, really. This is the season finale of the 11th season of the Kal Kat Show. It's been, 2009 we started in October, and only a few episodes in October 2009, all the way to the end of the year. In 2010 we had a few episodes as well, and music videos. 2011, a few as well. We didn't take off until 2012, 2013. We were related to SAP Productions, Sarah Alex, Sparkle, Alex and Pop Productions, SAP Productions, and a SAP Center is a coincidence. But a lot of their footage was taken off, so we had reached probably about 100 videos by 2014 or so. The middle of the 6th season, and then took a bunch of them off, so we started over. But we had a bunch in there, so mainly our channels are reviews and occasional reunion specials where we pop in and do stuff, or commentaries, or blogs. They're vlogs. A lot of the early on complaints were that mainly it's the same format with a guy in front of a camera. Yeah, they're all kind of like that. Very similar to the Stone Gremlins being in a room. But they tried to do our format of being in a room for a couple of movie reviews because they liked it. They decided to copy us, but it didn't work because it didn't look right somehow. They had to deal with trauma. Anyway, so it didn't work. But yeah, it's going to be 2020, and yeah, so we're going to 12 years of the Kal Kat Show. Oh my goodness. Then doing the whole shtick when we started out was to get enough funding or Kickstarter or whatever to do a Kal Kat movie, and with those the Mousetrap Project in 1999 being the Kal Kat movie. And then all the other sequels, and all the fan films, we've done it. We've done all together the Kal Kat movie easily, and 2 or 3 of them. Usually we covered conventions, Baycon and Fanime, and doing Fanime for forever. I have to tell Mr. Story that usually we're kind of famous at Fanime, and now and they know, oh, there's Kal Kat coming in there. It's pretty crazy. It's like, granted, the people that notice us are probably subscribers, but that's cool. But no, I've never met the Stone Gremlins people, except at convention. I do comment on their channel, but I don't troll them, and I don't do like some of the sycophants do. I don't go on to their Twitter because I don't have one. I don't go on to their Instagram because I don't have one, or their Reddit. I don't go in there and complain to them and try to egg them on into doing crazy shit. Don't do that, because that's just messed up. Especially if they're imbalanced anyway. Sycophants are going to complain, and some of them had a right to complain about the stuff that was happening to them on the set of that movie, but not on the top of the fourth wall. I guess that one was okay. And I was not in that movie, incidentally. We had some of us going out, oh, he's in there, tough for. No, I was kidding. It wasn't. It was just very much like something I would have done. I know it looks like a Mousetrap Project movie, but it's not. Their animation was actually better than ours. They had a budget. We didn't have a budget. I think the largest budget we had was on Starship Chimera over the course of 13 years putting it together. Well, technically, 2006 was when we shot their first audio pickups for the story. And I told him about how they added part of the end. He looked forward to seeing it in the 3 parts. But he thought that was really funny that we kept the behind-the-scenes test footage in there and made action figures act out the behind-the-scenes footage. That's funny. That's great. Yeah, I can't say what caused non-disclosure NDA. I can't say what happened, but their Star Trek Excalibur fan film is not going to happen. That's all I can say. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Ours are beat them. So, they did a commercial. They did an infomercial first. That little 8-minute infomercial. But ours is out. All of it. It's there, and we found a bloopers reel too. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more, and I'm going to be talking about the starships later on. But, for now, we're going to go on to the things. And, yeah. Close out about an hour of talking, I guess, and stop, because it doesn't need to be 2 hours. Yeah, there's nothing more really. Shooting the shit. Yeah, the Jay and Silent Bob Roadshow thing. Now I did get. We were at that for Fathom events, the poster wall. So it did happen once. Pretty sick. Also, there are some local internet critic guys that apparently are associated with it that over here we come across, when the big movies come out, which is cool. Go into the theater and then go, oh, that's the Kal Kat guy. He's going to cover this movie. Oh, you're the critic, the San Jose critic guy. Oh, cool. Your blog is weird, but you need more content. I was like, yeah, but we try to put up content and they flag it. Yeah. There's a new subscriber this year, Brandon Tinault from Canada. Yeah, he's like the Godzilla movies and a bunch of other old ones. A lot of them with which I've seen. Some giallos as well, the Italian horror movies. Yeah, he's a Tarantino and Godzilla fan, of course. Yes, Brandon Tinault, a new subscriber. Let's see some. Kevin Smith is a subscriber. Kevin Smith, that Kevin Smith. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, so I did review a lot of his movies. But yeah. And I have seen Cats. Yes, a lot of people are talking about Cats right now. Apparently they pulled it back to add stuff to the effects. It's not going to help. I wouldn't say it's the worst movie of the year. It isn't really. And I wouldn't say Battle Angel Alita was that bad either. There are some of the worst video movie reviews of Battle Angel Alita. It wasn't that bad. It was the animation, the effects were cool. I mean, the effects were spot on for Battle Angel. The Cats movie, no, it's uncanny and weird. But if you're a little bit high, it's probably all right. I don't know. No. But yeah, Rambo: Last Blood was awful. I think that's what I gave Worst Picture to. Even Dark Phoenix, parts of Dark Phoenix worked enough that I can't say it was the worst movie of the year. It really wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't the worst. Some of it followed the 90s comics and cartoon. But yeah, some issues there. Oh, it's just that the actors didn't want to be there. Even their cameo in it. They didn't want to be there. I don't know when the other one, New Mutants. I don't know when that one's coming out. Because that one is totally like a weird throwback to like the Freddy Krueger in the Asylum, part 3 of. Looks like the Freddy Krueger in the Asylum idea, but without Freddy. It's sort of like the mutant instead. But that was a part 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street, and it looks a little bit like the parts of Sucker Punch that weren't terrible. Most of Sucker Punch was terrible, but some of the parts in the Asylum were generally creepy, and there weren't very many good scenes. But yeah. So it looks like, but it hasn't come out yet. I don't know what's. I guess when the Disney Fox murder happened, there disappeared some ideas. Hopefully, it's coming out. I hear The Mandalorian is really good. The new Star Wars series with Baby Yoda. But I take it he's just another of the species. And The Mandalorian is another Mandalorian. It's not supposed to be Boba Fett. It's some other guy. Because Boba Fett got eaten by that space vagina in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so, sand vagina. Yeah. Vagina dentata, literally. So, yeah. Sure, more episodes, Kal Kat show, more of the same. We do go out on occasion to conventions and things like that, so, and roadie stuff. We'll be doing, anything in, let's see, January, February. Well, we'll be doing, the Trojan War with that end, almost immediately. Some of the sets are behind me right there, and, yeah, so they're all painted up and neat looking. Yeah, but we'll see what that looks like. We'll see what 2020 now, 2020. Yeah. Now I'm going to do something I've never done on the show. That's never updated the calendar in real time here. Calendar. See, this is December of last year. Take the calendar down. Get another calendar. Yeah. Shitty calendar. Well, nature's power. Oh yeah, the next Disney's is next Canary story is the Irali story, the Irali aliens. Oh yeah, and I should do reviews of some other stuff, but not on this show because we're almost done with the show. And yeah, this is the New Year's pilot. This is New Year's Eve episode. And yeah, I did not ramble too much. They really don't have. I could just stop it right here. That would be 40-some minutes long. It's yeah. I didn't mind Knives Out. I don't think that there's going to be too much more in the Oscar category. I know Oscar will grab a bunch of movies this month in January. Grab a bunch of movies no one's ever heard of, and they'll get Oscars. Ooh, they won't give it to any of those action movies. Although back at almost 2 years, 2 years ago now, Black Panther really deserved to get the Best Picture that year. Come on. Into the Spider-Verse last year, and of course Infinity War Part 1 also deserved that last year. Wonder Woman 2 years ago. Yeah, the Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know. It doesn't do anything. The uncanny Disney live-action Mulan does not look good. Yes. But yeah. So yeah, we're not shills for Disney, obviously. Yeah, so if we have any spoilers, you probably already heard them. So, yeah, because this is just a blog site. An important one. Ooh. Milpita San Jose, Kate, yes. A failed child star. Who's now quite a bit older than started the whole thing. Yeah, there was a child star, yeah. Yep. Kal Kat. The Kal Kat star. I've already explained where all that came from in the 80s, the radio stuff. Audio tape recordings. I think everybody in my generation did that. Recorded themselves on audio tape. Kept them. But now, in the future, it's the future. We're living in the 2020s. And now we have blogs and computer. And you put up like a blog channel and just have yourself there. It turns out this New Year special is not for kids. So, anyway. Well, but it's compliant with PG rating. I guess. I think I might have dropped an F-bomb in there. Anyway, so this is Kal Kat. Happy New Year 2020. Live long and prosper. Listen, I saw Discovery, and yeah, you know that. Yeah, it's a little better than the other one, but only a little. Other season. I guess The Expanse is good. I haven't seen it. I'm not planning on binge watching it, though. Anyway, so this is a wrap.